Back with the FITAID Morning Show, Kenny Santucci and the beautiful Jackie Perez. And we have a good buddy of ours here, owner, CEO, big time, big cheese over at Caffeine and Kilos, my man Dan. Dan, what do you think? The new Waterpalooza, bigger, better than ever.
Yeah, man, it's great. I love it. When you walk around, there's the vendors that are here. You know, you get a lot of the big-time vendors, big booths. It's the real deal. You know what I mean? It's anybody who mistakes us for a local competition. You know that is not the case. In fact, I've actually met just as many international spectators and competitors here that I do at the CrossFit Games. You know, people coming by from South America. We had some German people over earlier. So it's really cool.
So tell us what's going on with Caffeine and Kilos. We heard there's some adjustments on the upper floors. So give us the 411.
Yeah, so Caffeine and Kilos was founded by myself, my buddy Dean Sidoris, and Charlie Zamora. And so the three of us have worked together in the business for the past three and a half years. Just recently, Charlie is actually stepping away, just due to some things with his family life and personal life, and just a different direction he wanted to go. And so everything's all good. We're all still friends. We were actually friends before Caffeine and Kilos started, and so we're still friends now. You know, totally amenable. And so he's stepping away, and so then there's some shifting going on. So I'm sliding over into the CEO role, and Dean is still running all our designs and all that type of stuff. So
cool. Well, Dean was always a creative mind.
Yeah, Dean's always kind of anything we do, like shirts, promo items, pretty much anything. Dean has the final say every single time.
Cool, yeah, because there's a lot of fans out there and people come to us for the news and the updates on what's going on within the fitness world, and we want to just make sure it gave them the idea that everything's still cool. So Dean's still in charge, so Charlie's stepping away. What's Charlie doing now?
So Charlie's stepping away now. Then he actually took a job doing some marketing for Mark Bell and Super Training.
Cool.
And so, yeah, that's all still good too. Mark's actually an athlete of ours. He's a good friend of ours. And so, yeah, we still, we're still friends with Mark and Super Training and support them and everything. And so, yeah, so everything's still good.
Yeah, so anybody who is concerned about any shifting going around might change the apparel, or Caffeine and Kilos might not be as cool as it always was. You heard it from the man himself.
But that's what I always get. Everyone's like, oh, stepping away, there's trouble. I'm like, no, you know, people evolve, you go different directions. They're like, no, there's gotta be. I'm like, no, like sometimes you just go different directions. And I feel like as a brand, you have to constantly evolve. If you force things that aren't there, if people that are kind of looking in another direction are still there, then you start to lose that magic. So I feel like this has to happen at some point, and there's nothing wrong with changing. And what I want to know is, what direction do you see the company going in? Like, are you guys trying to tap into different fitness outlets or stay in CrossFit, or how?
Well, so we're definitely going to stay in CrossFit. I mean, that's a big thing about Caffeine and Kilos, and a big part of our success is that we are our own market. You know, I own a CrossFit gym, you know what I mean? And Charlie does as well. And Dean used to do CrossFit competitions. Dean competes in weightlifting. You know, I've competed in weightlifting. And so that weightlifting, CrossFit, powerlifting kind of base and core we always have had, we're going to make sure to really keep that going, you know? And of course, you look out and you want to broaden it out and kind of reach other types of fitness as well, you know? You know, with our own blended coffee that's really popular, actually outdoors. Like, we got a lot of people that are into hiking and backpacking and fishing that love the brand because the big coffee aspect of that, you know? And bodybuilders, you know, every bodybuilder I know drinks coffee as well. So it's not that we're going to shift focus so much. We're going to maintain the focus we have, but we are obviously, you know, looking to expand and just kind of spread the word more. The more people that are into fitness and like working out and like that's better for everybody. You know?
Well, Kenny and I would talk about how CrossFit is such a small part of the fitness world. It's a little tiny corner of it, and so it'd be dumb not to advertise to other. Because a sport's a sport. Whether you're bodybuilding, CrossFit, when I travel the world and I see someone in a Caffeine and Kilo shirt, I'm like, we have something in common. So better than it just being CrossFit, I want it to be like fitness, like wide known.
Well, here's the thing too, and everyone always thinks, you know, what they're doing is the best thing. And naturally, that's what you do because you're into it, and that's cool. That's great, you know. But the simple fact is, I think we were actually talking about the other day, Kenny, is that what is the best exercise is the one you do. You know, it's like, what's the best diet? The one you follow. You know what I mean? And so really, like I'm not a runner. Like, I've done some 5Ks and stuff, you know, over time, but it's like that. It's not my idea of like a fun time or good exercise to go run. And you know what? And do I think that's the best exercise someone could do. Well, not really, but you know what? If it's like sitting on the couch doing nothing or running, hell yeah, dude, strap up your shoes and go for a jog, you know? Like, it's whatever you're into is good.
But that's the thing with the fitness industry that, hey, come on back.
Come on back there.
Come on back. That a sport is a sport is a sport. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I don't care what you do. We are all like, it doesn't matter what football team you like, you're all under the same umbrella.
Yeah, and that's like a big part of what Caffeine Q is all about, is just spreading that lifestyle of fitness, you know? And so that's what it's all about, is whatever and when you look into sports, when you talk about sports, is, you know, there's a lot of football players and baseball players, and all of them train, all of them work out, and it's like they're all part of that greater fitness community, you know?
Yeah, I mean, and it's ever evolving, and I see more people, and it's getting more accepted to kind of look a little bit bigger, get a little bit stronger. You know, I'm actually in the midst of writing an article right now about how even the bigger brands, Nike, Reebok, are shifting their marketing to not just exercise, but training and any type of linear program. So eventually you need to evolve and have some sort of linear training, but at the same time, as long as you're moving, it's better than doing nothing.
Oh, that's exactly it. That's the bottom line right there, you know?
Yeah. So what can we expect for you guys in 2017? What's the 2017 projection?
Yeah, so in 2017, we're actually, like I said, kind of same type of focus, but we're hammering down a few things. I mean, look, I'm just going to come out and say it. Like, we've made the same shirt for 4 years.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's a great shirt. Nothing wrong with that. But so we've come up with a couple different colors. So we're going to continue that, like just expanding those options. So just more colors, different color prints, and then also a few more designs. And so we've had Dean, again, does all the designs. He's had a few kind of in his back pocket. He's been kind of sitting on or trying different things out. And part of our mission statement is quality without sacrifice. So we're not going to put something out that we just think is okay or it's almost time, you know? So last year we came out with a different design for a men's shirt, whatever. It's like one. It's like, oh, big change, right? So we have a few more things in the works that are almost ready to rock. So just a little more expansion on the apparel side as far as, you know, the different logos and designs. Everything's still going to be true to the brand, you know, simple, clean, good looking, but just a little more, a few more options and some more limited type stuff as well.
I think I honestly think that's one of my favorite things about Caffeine and Kilos is that you guys have grown pretty fast and like with very small amount of inventory, which I think is awesome because I know a lot of companies that just throw shit against the wall and see what sticks. And I don't hate anything more than that. Everyone wants to feel selective, like there's a few, like it's not so overdone, and I have to say that that's my favorite thing about Caffeine and Kilos.
You know, some people might make 10 shirts and be like, well, let's see which one sells the most, and then we'll focus on that. But we're exact opposite, is we come out with something that Dean knows is good, and we know we like, and it's simple and clean, and kind of represents the brand, is true to what we do, and then you just ride that, you know what I mean, and then expand on it, different colors, different color prints, whatever. And so, you know, you get people a lot. I mean, I do myself, but lots of people have, you know, the same shirt, but in 3 or 4 colors, you know, and so anyway, so we're going to continue expanding that. But more designs that are true to the brand, but are cool. Look, Dean's a cool guy. That's one that, you know, some people you just see him, and you're like, that guy's fucking cool. Like, I don't know what it is about him, you know, and that's where he's at. So a lot of times he just knows, and I don't know how he does it, but he just knows.
I had the same conversation about, you know, gyms or clothing brands or food, whatever it is, the restaurant. If you got somebody at the top setting the trends, who's like everybody could agree is a cool guy,
right?
You're like, he's gonna do some cool shit. I always say about people, I invest in people, I don't invest in ideas, because cool people, smart people will always do cool, smart shit.
And that's something we focus on too, talking about with like people instead of different things. Because another thing is like we just believe in being honest. Like we like being open and honest, and like we're not working angles on other things. You know what I mean? It's like we're straightforward, transparent. You know, Dean's got that cool guy thing, and I think those are things that draw people to the brand. Is they feel like they can trust us. You know, we're not out trying to screw people over. It's obvious. You know, even with brands, you can tell if they're doing something kind of shady or trying to rip off someone else. Like we don't try to be just like anybody. There's brands that we like, that we aspire to, or think, that'd be really cool if one day we kind of get to that level. But we don't try and let's make what they have, but just a little different. You know what I mean? That's not where we're at either. So.
But it's funny because right now the big thing is apparel brands, right? Everybody has one. But I think what some people don't get right is when you have a brand idea, you don't just start throwing product out, you start with a tribe, right?
Yep.
You build a tribe of like-minded individuals with different audiences.
Yep.
You have them start spreading that message and people are gonna wanna buy it. But if you don't have any tribe behind your brand, nobody gives a shit because no one's gonna buy into. You buy into a community, you don't buy into a product. You buy into something that's not just a shirt. When I wear that shirt, not because it's a tank top, it's like, it's a community, it's something way more than that. So I think people don't understand that. It represents more in the tank. So we can all print on the same tank, but I'm gonna choose that one because of the message that I feel in the community that it brings to me.
Yeah, absolutely.
I think there's so much depth to your brand and really brands that do it really well. You believe in not the shirt, you believe in what the shirt means. Right. So it's really cool. So, and I don't think there's anybody out there, any CrossFitter or weightlifter out there that doesn't own, or a serious one at that, who doesn't have a Caffeine and Kilos shirt. So great job on that.
Crossed, yeah. So and if you do, you just go to caffeineandkilos.com, or if you don't, and you could pick one up.
I was just going to have you plug it. So tell everybody your social media handles and where they can pick up some gear.
So on Instagram at Caffeine and Kilos. Lately, we've been a lot more active on Snapchat. That's just at Caffeine Kilos. No word "and" in there, just Caffeine Kilos.
Snapchat or Instagram stories? Which one do you like better?
Oh, so man, I like Snapchat stories better.
Do you really?
I do.
Why so?
I like the filters, like the geo tags. Okay. It's just more robust. You know what I mean? Yeah. It's harder to use, but once you get used to it, it rolls through way smoother.
So here's my thing. I get like 15,000 people watching my Instagram stories, and I get 5,000 watching my Snapchat.
Yeah.
So that's why I stick to the only stuff I post on my Snapchat is like if I'm out late partying, all that shit goes on my Snapchat. But like, because I'll see that like Camille watched my Instagram story, I'm like, oh, I'm just out here like getting wasted.
You know what I think part of it is too, though, is I think on like talking like breadth versus depth. I think on Instagram the followers are more loyal. Like there's not as many, but I think they actually watch more of the videos. You know, like on Instagram they might just like watch a quick second, go through. I think Snap they're more likely to actually like follow through. You know, I don't know.
Right now, Snapchat and Instagram stories. It's gonna be funny to see who comes out on top.
I just think
so we use both a little bit, but we don't do a ton of Instagram stories. We use Instagram more for like the posts and everything.
But I mean, social media is a whole nother job.
It's crazy.
Like for me, like people understand. I'm like, it takes me like 30 minutes to make a post to make sure I spelled everything right. Yeah. I tagged the right people. Like I didn't say something stupid. I put "your" instead of "your." You know?
Yeah.
That shit. Not easy. So branding is not easy, and that's what I wanted to ask you. What's your one message of advice to everyone's an entrepreneur in the community?
Yeah.
What's your biggest piece of advice? Because I don't want to say what just happened with Charlie was turmoil, but it was change.
Right.
Like how that's going to happen in any
change happen. If you look at any company, you know what I mean? I mean, nobody runs a company forever. Very few people, you know what I mean? You look at any big company. I mean, like Apple, like they get new CEO, whatever. And anyway, different things happen over time. You know what I mean? So there's lots of stuff going on there.
Yes, I think the biggest learning lesson is learn to evolve and change.
I think learn to evolve and change. And I think also another thing is, if I were to say like what's one big thing, I would just say you got to stay true to yourself, because you know what? Like things are going to change. People are going to change. Any job you have, you're going to change coworkers, you're going to change boss. Things are going to change. But if you can stay true to yourself, then you don't have to worry about if this guy's leaving. Well, that's okay, because he's not the brand. The brand is its own thing. It's its own entity. You know what I mean? So we just need to stay true to the brand and what we believe in. And that's what's one thing that's really cool about C&K is the three of us are friends, and when we set up the company values, the company mission statement, we all agreed on it. So to a certain degree, like we're all kind of interchangeable, you know, plug and play. As long as the next person in or the people that are still in stay true to those values and that mission statement, and they believe those themselves, then there's not going to be any change that anybody would see, you know? Or if anything, it's for the better. Because then the people, you know, the remaining people, you get a little fire going, right? You're like, all right, well, hey, so this is what we're doing now, you know? These things have changed, and so time to like push forward, you know?
Yeah, no, I think that's awesome, and I think, I don't know, everyone's trying to do the brand thing, and like I said, it's just all about who can stay true to what they're doing. Believe in what you're doing, stay true to what you're doing. Actually, there's a really good book by Mark Ecko,
and I think it's called Unlabeled. It's like how to sell yourself without selling out, and that's like the entire theme of the book is all about like you got to stay true to yourself. And he says there's one word he says a lot, but that's basically what it's all about. You know what I mean? Is when all these things changes and all this stuff goes on, like you just need to like be who you are and stay true to yourself and stay true to your message. You know.
And I think another thing is you've got to give back to your community. So like you're not only selling a product, but you want those people there for you. So I'll be like, hey guys, I'm doing a giveaway for someone with cancer, and they're like, tell me where to send it and when, and I'm like, fuck man, like anything I need, and that's huge because I like to give back to charities and anybody.
And I mean, this is, maybe I'm opening a can of worms here, but anytime anyone sends an email about a local competition, because I know I've held local comps, you know what I mean, as a gym owner, and you're always looking for prizes and stuff like that. So we get a gym, hey, we're doing an in-house competition only for our members at some tiny gym and whatever. It's like, all right, no problem. Where can we send prize packs?
But
you know what I mean? And get the stuff out, you know, because we like to help people, you know, we like to help out.
And that presence is huge and gives some legitimacy to the competition. You know what I'm saying? So it's such a win-win for everybody.
Exactly.
We
love it. I just love to help out. We love to help out, you know.
Well, Dan, we're really happy to hear that Caffeine and Kilos is still intact. Charlie's happy. You guys
it's all
are happy. Everything's good. Thank you for stopping on the show. Jackie's on fire today. She's been an animal on the mic. I love it. We got a full team here today.
You can't fake
Dan, but thank you again so much for having on. We're going to catch up with you guys in a little bit. If you don't know what the hell Caffeine and Kilos is, go on the site, get yourself a shirt. It's like a rite of passage when you're working out.